You're watching News 24 Live. Welcome to our Tuesday Wheels show. I've got Sean Parker from the Wheels 24 team in studio with us this morning. He attended the National Rally Championships penultimate event this weekend in the Western Cape. He's going to tell us all about it. He saw some pretty spectacular crashes too. Sean?
Hey Nick.
How are you doing?
Good in yourself?
Good, thanks man. So tell us first of all, for those that out there that don't know about the event, the sport, off-road, on-road. I mean, I was ignorant in thinking that rallying is all off-road, but apparently not.
No. So it can be done on track, which is where the Cape Dealer Rally started on Friday afternoon. So the first two stages were at Killarney Racetrack, and everything was set up. So let me just fill you in on so Leroy Poulter, who recently just won the off-road championship in a Toyota Hilux. He drives with Alvin Coetzee, and they were leading the National Rally Championship by 7 points over Mark Renier. Mark Renier recently took on a new navigator, Gerard Snyman. So this was their first outing together, and as I said, it was the penultimate round. There was quite a bit at stake, and it all went to pieces for the Toyotas. I'll touch on that later. Basically, the two Toyotas were gunning for it. Mark Renier won the first 4 stages of the rally, and he set up quite a command lead, probably like an 18.6 second lead. Poulter actually hit one of the curbs in the pit complex at the racetrack, and basically smashed up his whole like rear suspension. So he had to come in. He lost 2 minutes. He was really, feeling it, and I could see. I mean, the guy was in a rage. He was leading the championship, and he knew that he just needed to, get into the podium and maintain that lead. Going into the final round. Like next month. That didn't go to plan. The rally then moved on to day 2, which sent us out to Malmesbury. So. But sort of like driving through the farms and stuff like that. So totally different to the stages on day 1. Just before I move on to day 2, the stage 3 and 4 was done at the Cape Gate at the shopping centre, which was done at night.
Okay.
There's a cool clip of Ashley Egg Smith. His spotlights actually came off the front of his car. And they wedged it, and they were wedged underneath the car. So you'll see there's a clip of him, sort of driving around with his spotlights underneath his car, which makes for quite like cool viewing. The crowd at the Cape Gate Shopping Centre was, everyone was quite boisterous. It was obviously nice.
That's what I want to know. I mean, what kind of a following does the sport have in South Africa? And
look, I think that motorsport in SA and attendances at places like Killarney, obviously there's. It's been down, It's there is a racing culture, but people just aren't going to, sort of like to the racetrack. So having a stage at the shopping centre obviously brings the action to sort of the like the people. So that was great. The fans were loving it. There was a lovely Datsun SS1600, which totally smashed the course up. He was using like handbrake turns, so the crowd was going crazy. And Mark was again fastest in stage 3 and 4. Obviously, Poulter needed to catch up, and on Saturday he did win one stage. But Renier was always there. He was always finishing maybe like 2nd or 3rd in the stage. Sometimes he dropped to 4th and 5th, but he didn't lose a massive amount of time to anyone. And then Poulter was pushing on stage 9, and he rolled his car, putting him out of the rally. The following stage, the other Toyota Yaris, driven by South Africa's only Dakar winner, Giniel de Villiers, also rolled his car, and I have a clip of that makes for fascinating viewing. So Toyota had a really bad weekend, Renier won. Henk Latergan also in VW Polo. He also drove very well. He's his engine blew. So yeah, there were a couple of casualties. There were many casualties. Markunde ended up finishing first, Guguzulu second, and Heckenfecken third. So VW got 2 cars on the podium. I think going into the next and final round in Polokwane, everything's now set up. I think if Lero wins, Mark can finish third and still win the championship. But yeah, I think rallying is one of those sports where you just don't know, like what's going to happen. I mean, there was so much action on Saturday with all the crashes and anything like that happening. That yeah, from a spectating sort of point of view, it's a really, really cool sport, and I hope there are more people get into it. I hope that it builds up a following, and that people enjoy seeing the very, very talented drivers put themselves to the test. Crashes. Yeah, obviously, I mean, everyone likes a crash, but I think that it's one of those sports that needs to pick up a good following, because I mean, people aren't going to the racetracks. It's a nice day out, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to the last race of the season. So I'll fill you guys in with what happens then.